expectations lead to disappointment, and that's what this list is about. Here is a list of 12 games that we wish packed a better punch when they launched. The following list is in no particular order. So let's begin. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The character animations in the game are choppy and the storyline is downright ludicrous. But at the end of the day, the gameplay was fun. Sure, the X-Men are missing from the roster, but fans of the franchise will enjoy the game. The additions of the Infinity Stones give each character a variety of moves, but the game is not as great as its predecessors. If it is a fighting game you want to play this year, it should be Injustice 2. Assassin's Creed Origins. The Assassin's Creed franchise was on 1 year well-deserved break in 2016. In 2017, we did not get an incrementally updated Assassin's Creed game, but a reimagining of the franchise. The combat may not be pretty to look, but it is deep. The game looks gorgeous too, especially on a high-end PC and the Xbox One X. So why is it on this list? Well, to start with, the game is long and not in a nice way. The missions are repetitive, and after about 20 to 25 hours, the game starts to get boring. The missions work on a rinse-repeat formula too. It will take some effort to get your character to the required level to progress in the story, and that can get very frustrating. Middle-earth Shadow of War. Middle-earth Shadow of War was a fantastic game as it brought with it the much appreciated Nemesis system, Batman Arkham Asylum style swift combat, and an interesting story. Shadow of War on the other hand is a sequel for the sake of being a sequel. It has more of the same Nemesis system, infiltration which can get repetitive, and an underwhelming story. Overall, if there was one game that we were excited for that left us wanting, it's Shadow of War. Ghost Recon Wildlands. When the trailer of Ghost Recon Wildlands released, it looked like the perfect game to play with friends. Synchronized headshots, infiltration, taking on drug lords, everything we love about action movies. But alas, the entire experience was lackluster. The story, which could have been the highlight of a game like this, was boring. The gameplay, though fun, was not all the trailers hyped it to be. You can command your offline AI comrades quite well, but online, it is as bad as your worst gamer friend. Fans of games like The Division will like it though. Need for Speed Payback. If you want a franchise to die, let EA develop it. Need for Speed, one of the longest running and at one point the pinnacle of racing games, is now struggling. With Need for Speed Payback, what we expected was a game with the speed and fluidity of Burnout with the graphics of Forza 7. What we got was anything but a cheeky storyline and a disappointing gameplay. Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. When Crash Bandicoot The N. Sane Trilogy was announced at E3 2016, we were really excited that one of the best platforms is making a comeback. What we got in 2017 was a game that was not remastered very well. The first two games are brutally tough, and the overall experience, though pretty, is not as much fun to play. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Microtransactions and EA are the best way to describe why Star Wars Battlefront is on this list. The gameplay is fun and the graphics are gorgeous. The microtransactions may have been dialed down due to the negative press, but the damage has already been done. What could have been a Call of Duty killer is now selling very poorly. Mass Effect Andromeda. The best example of expectations leading to disappointment is Mass Effect Andromeda. The game world is quite empty, especially when you compare it to the previous Mass Effect games. There are a few redeeming factors, such as the combat mechanics, some characters, and locations, but that's about it. A really sad thing is that the main missions are very repetitive and the side quests are quite disappointing. Lawbreakers. When someone like Cliff Bleszinski is behind a game, you know it's going to be good. The man is responsible for Gears of War franchise, so it is natural that expectations were high for Lawbreakers. Within the first few hours of playing Lawbreakers, you will realize that it lacks depth of content and sticks to the tried and tested gameplay mechanics. The game looks good, but we expected more when a game is developed by the one considered a god in the world of video game development. For Honor. If a Dark Souls-like player versus player is what you are looking for, then For Honor is a good choice. But once again, this is a game with limited single-player content. Also, the fact that online matches crashed when the game launched did not help much. WWE 2K18. Another year, another WWE game. The only thing we like about this game is the visual upgrade from its predecessor. Apart from that, the career is dull, the writing is terrible, and we once again have a game plagued with loot boxes. Halo Wars 2. A strategy game on a console is not a great idea, but Halo Wars 2 proves that you can have decent controls for a top-down strategy game on the Xbox. The story of the game is very good, but the gameplay runs out of steam very quickly. Needless to say, there is a rock paper scissors mechanics at play with your forces, which is interesting for a limited period of time. So what do you think about this list? Comment down below and don't forget to like and share this video. Thanks for watching.